Today I'll be sharing top 5 traps in the King's Gambit which begins with the move pawn to f4. The idea is to sacrifice this pawn. Basically if your opponent take it, means your opponent is distracted. He is no longer occupying the center. This is one of the advantage of King's Gambit. Now many of the players who are beginners, they play d4. Idea is to control the center, right? Now they forget that the queen is over here which can give a check and destroy your position. Okay, so what I'll say, instead of playing d4 you can simply play knight f3. First you block the queen from coming out and then go on with d4. Now this time I'll have top 5 traps. So I have number 1 trap, playing g5. Now how can you like crush this move? So basically you observe what's the idea behind it. The idea is to defend this pawn and he can even push it further, attacking your knight. Don't worry, I'll share you some traps behind it and how to play against it as well. Over here, this is your move. So what you have to think at this position? It is simple. You have to think about 3 things. First is occupying the center. Second is developing the bishop or the knight. Okay, so generally I'll have 2 traps, one for bishop c4 and one for knight c3. So we have number 1, knight to c3. What's the main idea behind it? The main idea is to defend this pawn. And over here, black go with the move g4. Now he is focusing on attacking the knight. So these all attacks may seem like they are so wonderful traps against you. But actually this is not true. You are winning. Okay. Over here you can play knight to e5. Now knight to e5 is also one of the variations. Basically you attack this pawn. Now what's the main idea behind it? Well, the main idea is even to attack this pawn. Basically you can play bishop c4, you can attack this diagonal, and these are all the traps which you have, which you can play. Okay, so let's come. Now over here, there are some stupid moves that black play. Many of the players as black, they should continue with d6 or even d5. They can go with knight c6, offering a fair trade. But in this position, if your opponent play queen x5, queen h4 check. Now what's his plan? His plan is that he is completely giving you a check, means he'll think that you have to move the king. Now this is what your opponent is expecting from you, that you play king e2. You'll play king e2, he'll go with d6, he may focus on developing his bishop out. Anyways, what you can do, so over here don't play king, instead you can go with g3. Now why is that a great move? Your opponent can take it, right? So why is that move a great move? Okay, let me tell you. So you go with queen take g4. Now once again, if you accept this pawn, then you lose the rook, this one. And if you play something else like king moving or something like bishop g2, he'll take the pawn and give a check. So the best move is queen take g4. Just play this move and black will lose. That's it. Now over here, your opponent, if he try g2, now he is thinking that it is a check. Okay, so you might say that it's time to call the ambulance. No, man. You have to call the ambulance, but not for yourself, for your opponent. Because queen take on this, now if we eliminate the rook, basically he is promoting to a rook. Queen. Now all these moves seems to be a massive mistake. Like it is completely attacking towards your position. But actually all this move and tactics are mistakes. Now why is that so? So queen x5, you'll play this, you'll attack this f7 pawn. Idea is knight and the queen which are going to attack this pawn. Over here your opponent will play knight x6. Idea is simple, he has to defend this f7 pawn. So you'll play d4, you'll occupy the center, you'll open a bishop attacking the knight. So on you'll grab this knight. After bishop take, queen take, you'll win the game. Now let's have another variation, and this time if your opponent plays bishop e7, it is a good move. Actually, many players they play this. This is not a good move, but many players they play this move. So it is important for you to notice what you have to do. Over here, once again, many players are right. They play queen take f7 in this position. Now this is a mistake. Don't play queen take f7. King will move there, and what you can do now? Now tell me, what can you do? The position will not be an equal position also. This will be black winning position. Okay, so over here, try to make it more aggressive. Instead of playing queen check, you can go on with knight take f7. Now, what's the main idea? If you move the king, you can take this rook. Okay, take the rook and win the game. But over here, if you move something else, like the move knight f6. Now, many players as black, they have played this move. Idea is that they are focusing on attacking this queen. What can you do? So you have a smarter mid trap. You play knight d6 check. The king moves to d8 and then queen e8 check. This is the brilliant move. Now the knight take or the rook take. It does not matter. You have knight f7 and that's a checkmate. Boom boom checkmate. Anyways, let's go back. Now over here we have another variation. After your opponent take, we continue with the move knight f3 and then we play knight c3. Right? Over here we have bishop c4. Like I showed you the trap in knight c3. Now this time we have bishop c4. Now what can you do in this? Once again, your opponent is trying to be smart. He is trying to play g4. He is focusing on attacking your knight. Now many of you will say that let's take the knight to e5 and continue. Well, knight e5 will not be a good move because your opponent can play queen x4 check and the matter is same. You'll try g3. Now this time don't play g3 because he is having an advantage this time. Instead, what you can do is you can play king to f1. Okay, but I'll say that don't even play knight e5. So you'll not fall for this trap. Okay, don't play this. Instead, go on with castling. What's the main idea? So the main idea is if your opponent over here captures your knight, this one, if we take it, then you can continue with knight c3. Now this move is an inaccuracy as per computer analysis, but the idea is very good idea. Okay, it has a very good idea. You'll see that. Over here, if your opponent captures this pawn. Now, this is many of the players they play this move. You'll sacrifice the bishop. Okay, what's the main idea for sacrificing it? If your opponent take it, then rook take f4, knight f6, then e5. You can even take this knight here and attack this with this rook file. Okay, so this is one of the reasons that you have to play knight c3. Now, as per computer analysis, this is an inaccuracy. But this video was regarding the traps, which many of the players they fell for. So I had to share this. Now, instead of knight c3, what you can do, to be fair, you can play queen take f3. Okay, I have another trap in this. Okay, so let me start up with the third trap. Now, this is the third trap. After queen take f3, you always say this is the best move. Instead of knight c3, you can play this. Now, if you feel that if you play knight c3 and your opponent can fall for the trap, so you can play knight c3. Otherwise, you can play queen take f3. Now, over here, what's the idea? Idea is you can play queen x5. Because the rook is already attacking the pawn. So you'll play queen x5 and attack like this. Now, let me come to the fair point. Your opponent will play bishop x6 and defend it. Then what you'll do? You'll continue with d4. Take the center. That's one of the principle in chess. You'll open up your pieces. That's the bishop. And then knight c6. You play knight to c3. Knight take d4. And then if we accept this, that's a blunder. Why so? Cause bishop take f7. And that's a brilliant bishop sacrifice. This is the third brilliant sacrifice, guys. Come on. This video deserves a like. Do like this video. Anyways. King take f7, queen h5 check, and if the king moves, you have bishop take f4. Idea is you have to focus on this trap. Now, if your opponent take the bishop, then you can go with rook take f4. Idea is to uh, give a checkmate threat. You can play the rook there and deliver the mate, actually. So over here, knight f6. Now he is blocking the way for your rook to go, and he is trying to attack your queen. So you can play queen g5 check, king f7, and then you can double up your rooks. Now these rooks, both the rooks and the queen are attacking it. Your opponent play queen e7. You can go on with rook take f7, rook take f6. If the king moves back, knight e5, you can attack this queen along with this pawn. Over here, queen take e4 and then comes rook to f8. This is another brilliant move. If your opponent take it, then you can detect the move knight to c7 and that's a checkmate. So this was another trap, and now this time we have another variation. Your opponent will decline it. Then what you are going to do? So over here, if your opponent is declining the trap, means he is declining the king's gambit, still you cannot lose hope. You can play knight f3. Over here, your opponent played e6. You develop your bishop, knight f6, d3, bishop g4, and you can castle. Now this is how you have attained your king safety, your central control, and development of your pieces. Now tell me, which piece is not at all developed? The knight. So you have to develop the knight in the next move. That's simple. Over here, bishop e7, you play knight c3 as I told, knight e4. Now knight e4, this is a possibility like where your opponent play knight e4. If you play, you can take this pawn. After you take it back, what you can do now? Basically, if he is taking it back, then that's a mistake. Why so? Because you have bishop take on f7. If your opponent play king f8, if your opponent play king f8, then you have to take the bishop back and protect it. But let's come to the amazing point. If your opponent take it, then what you'll do? Knight take e5 check. You'll attack this. The king moves back. You grab this, and ultimately you are having a advantage. Similarly, let's go back and we have another variation. Now this time your opponent is not playing knight e4. Instead, he is playing knight h5. Now he is trying to attack your pawn. Then what you'll do? You'll go with f take e5. He take it back. You go with knight take. Now he go with capturing your queen. Basically, he thought that this is a free queen which can be easily capturable. So if we take it, okay, if we take it, then he forgot that we played a brilliant move. Over here, you can go with bishop take f7. Knight is controlling it. So king will move there. Bishop take h5 check. Now if the bishop comes in between, then sacrifice the rook. Another brilliant move. I mean, rook take f6 check. G take f6 and then bishop x6 check. So we have this, another trap. And this time, king e7. If we play king e7, actually there is king g8 also. So if we play king g8, then bishop f7, that's a checkmate. Okay. And if we play king e7, then you continue knight e5 check, king moves, and then bishop f7, king take e5, c3. You block your opponent's squares so that you can deliver the mate and let him play any move because he has to face the checkmate. And then this is how you can trap the beautiful king. Anyways, so these were the top 5 traps in the king's gambit. If you enjoyed this video, do like the video and thanks for watching.